Hello, I'm back. I know that it has taken me a little bit longer to send another one of these out. I've been trying to do them monthly, and now we're into early May. So, what I'm going to do is kind of a little recap of April going into May, early May. So, the next one I'm going to do is try to be around June 1st, so that way there's no overlap. It's kind of new news. Um, so what's been going on in the market and how it's going to affect you, how it affects me, how it is just kind of what's been the deal for the last month or so. We've seen some bank failures and the crash of Silicon Valley and Synchrony Bank, and now another one, First Republic Bank. They all had very interesting portfolios, to say the least. And their collapse was seen relatively, it was kind of expected from people who have been watching these banks and their portfolios and their performances. Their earnings reports that have come out, they haven't been doing very well, and for example, Silicon Valley, Synchrony, and First Republic is very similar. They had all their money in one specific area of their market, which hasn't been doing well. So when you have all your eggs in one basket, and then I don't know, it's a weird analogy to use, but all your eggs just run out, then you have nothing left in the basket, and then poof, gone. So that has affected some things in the market. Not necessarily that is totally tied into real estate or mortgages or anything like that, but just some news that's been going on to kind of explain to you. A big one that we have been seeing is the whole Biden LLPA hoopla article. And that's really all it is. It is a lot of hoopla. It has been this way for a little bit now, and it is only on a conventional, Fannie and Freddie loans. So there is no big market shift. There's no wave coming. Really what it is we have borrower number one, and then we have borrower number two. Borrower number one has a 620 credit score. The borrower number two has an 820 credit score. High debt, low income, name it. Borrower number two is good borrower, great income, great credit, low debt, continue on and on and on, right? What has basically happened is the gap between those two used to be like way off the charts. And with the new adjustments that have been made, basically all it is that they're shortening that gap so that the average American, which is borrower number one, and the very atypical borrower being most Americans don't have super stellar credit scores, super stellar income, and super stellar debt ratios. That's just not normal. But the average American is now being the gap between these two, the penalties on one versus this one used to be massive, and now what they're doing is trying to push them a little bit closer together so that the affordability for borrower number one is much higher than number two. There's no penalty for borrower number two over here having great credit and low debt and high income. It's just closer together, spread out without going into the nitty gritty parts of it. But that's basically what it is. So the media and everybody pushing all these articles, they're trying to scare everybody, trying to make this some, oh my gosh, let's panic about it. It's not that. So nothing crazy. And on your USDA, VA, FHA loans, it's only conventional, nothing else. With that being said, the mortgage rates are slowly chipping down. With the FOMC meeting in May, they had raised interest rate, the Fed funds rate, another 25 basis points. So they're still trying to kill inflation. They're trying to get that down, and in trying to do that, they will inevitably bring mortgage rates down with it. And the evidence of inflation going away is still evident we are seeing slower ticks of the mortgage rates just dropping and chipping away. Pre-approvals are still up, buyer activity is still up, and listings are coming on the market, new inventory. So the spring market and summer market are here and they're coming, and we just need more listings. We need people to have places to go, places for the people that are sitting on the sidelines that are now like, hey, let's jump into it. We need to find a place for them to go. So get to it. But outside of that, yeah, we are seeing a whole lot of volatility in the beginning of April, with much steadier reports coming into late April, into May, which is great for all markets, stock market, bond market, and overall just seeing the health of the economy come back. It's still rough. I'm not here to say that it's just this almighty economy that we've seen, because it's not, but it is getting better with still a lot more work to do. So in the darkness there, we are seeing some light. And we're seeing some positivity come into this market. So recapping all of that, the bank failures, the earnings reports that have come out that have not directly impacted mortgage rates, but it has impacted other things that down the line, chain event, have impacted mortgage rates. Labor market still strong, LLPA crisis, and spring and summer market inventory, which is great. So any questions on this, I'd be happy to help. Let's go get some deals.